I'm here today to tell you that there are better days ahead. I know these times are tough, and I know that many of you are anxious about the future, but this isn't the time for fear or for panic. This is time for resolve and steady leadership. I know that we can steer ourselves out of this crisis because that's who we are. This is the United States of America. This is a nation that's faced down war and depression, great challenges and great threats. And at each and every moment, we have risen to meet these challenges, not as Democrats, not as Republicans, but as Americans, with resolve, with confidence, with that fundamental belief that here in America, our destiny is not written for us, it is written by us. We make the decision about how we are going to move forward. Indiana, that's who we are, and that's the country we need to be right now, and that's why I'm running for President of the United States of America. America. Thank you. Thank you. America still has the most talented, the most productive workers of any country on earth. Workers who are willing to work 2 jobs, work overtime, to take the last bus home at night because they want something more for their children. We're still the home of innovation and technology, of colleges and universities that are the envy of the world. Some of the biggest ideas in history have come from our small businesses, our research facilities. So it won't be easy. It won't happen overnight. But there is no reason that we can't steer ourselves out of this crisis and make this century another American century. I know we can, but I'm going to need you to make it happen. I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help. Because understand, in order to bring about change, we are going to have to take a new direction. It's going to require new leadership in Washington. It will take a real change in the policies and the politics of the last 8 years. And that's why the decision you make in 27 days is so important. That's why this is no ordinary election, because this is no ordinary moment for America. In last night's debate, John McCain and I John McCain and I each had the chance to make the case for change, to talk about what we would do differently from the last 8 years when it comes to lifting our middle class and growing our economy and restoring our prosperity. But all we heard from Senator McCain was more of the same Bush economics that led us into this mess in the first place. Take health care. Take health care. We were both asked whether we believe that health care should finally be the right of every American. I believe it should. But Senator McCain didn't say that. And when you look at his radical health care plan, you can see why. He talks about giving every family a $5,000 credit to buy health care. But he didn't mention last night that he'll also tax your benefits for the first time in history. It's an old Washington game. It's an old Washington game. They call it the bait and switch. He gives you a tax credit with one hand. He raises your taxes with the other. And he didn't mention that the average health care plan costs $12,000, not $5,000. Senator McCain didn't tell us about the studies that say his plan would cause 20 million Americans to lose their health insurance from their employer, or how the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, which is generally not a big supporter of Democratic candidates, said it would be a disaster for businesses. He didn't mention how it would deregulate the insurance industry so they don't have to cover things like mammograms or vaccinations or maternity care. He thinks we wouldn't notice these things. Well, I've got news for John McCain. We notice. We know better.